they can see, as you see yourself.
Some animal stories leave you smiling. Others bring a tear to your eye. But these are the moments that touched millions around the world. From daring rescues to incredible reunions, here are 7 real-life animal stories you'll never forget. But before we go, don't forget to like and subscribe. Story 1. Subway, Cat Rescue and Reunion. In New York City, rush hour is a blur of footsteps, chatter, and train announcements. But one day, a different sound silenced the crowd, the desperate meows of a cat trapped on the subway tracks. The train was approaching fast. Dozens of people watched, frozen in shock. And then, one commuter leapt into action. With just seconds to spare, he climbed down, scooped up the terrified cat, and lifted it to safety. The video spread like wildfire. News outlets replayed it, social media lit up, and people everywhere praised the bravery of a stranger who risked it all for a helpless animal. But the story didn't end there. Among the millions who saw the video was someone very special, the cat's owner. Hours later, in a reunion that melted hearts across the globe, the owner embraced their beloved pet, tears streaming down their face. One act of kindness. And suddenly, an entire city was reminded that compassion is powerful. Story 2. Ndakasi the gorilla's famous selfie. Ndakasi's life began with heartbreak. As a tiny infant in Congo's Virunga National Park, she was found clinging to her mother, who had been killed by poachers. Alone and vulnerable, she was rescued by rangers who made a promise to keep her safe. And they did. For years, she was raised by caretakers who treated her not just as an animal, but as family. She laughed, she played, and she grew up surrounded by love. Then came the moment that made her world famous. A selfie. Standing tall beside the rangers who saved her, Ndakasi posed with the confidence of a queen. The image went viral overnight, shared by millions who saw not just a gorilla, but a survivor. What the world saw as a funny selfie was, in truth, a symbol of resilience. Ndakasi lived her life cherished, and she gave us a reminder that every life, no matter how small or threatened, has value worth protecting. Story 3. Wellington the Mini Pig's happy ending. Stray animals are a familiar sight in many places, but it's usually dogs or cats wandering the streets, not pigs. That's why Wellington stood out. Unlike timid strays who often hide from people, this little pig strutted boldly through neighborhoods, his tail wagging like a happy puppy. He followed strangers with curiosity, not out of fear, but with the quiet hope that someone might offer him food, or better yet, companionship. When rescuers finally managed to catch him, they realized that Wellington's deepest need wasn't simply survival. What he longed for most was love and belonging. His friendly nature made it clear he wasn't meant to live a lonely life on the streets. Before long, Wellington's wish came true. He was adopted into a forever family who saw him not as a stray, but as a cherished pet. His new home came complete with a spacious yard for rooting around, toys to keep him entertained, and plenty of cozy, sunlit spots, perfect for napping. Now, Wellington spends his days exploring, playing, and soaking up affection from the people who adore him. His story may be unusual, but it carries a universal truth. Every animal, no matter how unexpected, deserves a chance at joy. Story 4. Hero cat saves boy from dog attack. Some heroes wear capes. Others have whiskers. In Bakersfield, California, 4-year-old Jeremy was riding his bike in his driveway when danger struck. A neighbor's dog broke loose and lunged at him, sinking its teeth into his leg. Before anyone could react, a streak of fur flashed across the yard. Tara, the family's loyal cat, charged full speed. She slammed into the dog, clawed at it, and chased it away. The security cameras caught everything, and the footage stunned the world. A cat saving a child from a dog? Impossible. But Tara did it. The video went viral, earning Tara awards, news features, and the title of a real-life hero. But for Jeremy, she was more than a headline. She was the protector who risked everything for him. It was living proof that bravery comes in all shapes and sizes, even a small house cat. Story 5. Christian the Lion's Tearful Reunion. Some reunions are so powerful, they echo for decades. In the 1970s, 2 men in London adopted a lion cub. They named him Christian. They cared for him, played with him, and raised him like a family member. But as Christian grew, it became clear he couldn't stay in the city. With heavy hearts, they released him into the wilds of Africa. Time passed. 2 years later, the men returned, unsure if Christian would even remember them. The footage that followed became one of the most iconic animal clips ever filmed. Out of the bushes, Christian appeared. For a moment, he stared. Then recognition lit his eyes. He sprinted forward and leapt into their arms, embracing them like long-lost brothers. The reunion was filled with tears, laughter, and undeniable proof of an unbroken bond. Decades later, people still share Christian's story because it reminds us of something universal. Love never forgets. Story 6. Bear turns wheelbarrow into a lounge chair. Not every viral moment has to be dramatic. Some are simply hilarious. At the Memphis Zoo, a black bear named River discovered a new toy, a wheelbarrow. But instead of ignoring it, River had a better idea. He flipped it over, stretched out inside it, and reclined like he owned the place. Visitors laughed. Cameras clicked. And soon, River's wheelbarrow lounge went viral online. The image was funny, but it also reminded people of something deeper. Animals, just like us, love comfort, play, and simple joy. River wasn't just a bear that day, he was a king on his throne. Story 7. Dog travels 240 miles to return home. Dogs are known for their loyalty, but some stories reveal just how extraordinary that devotion can be. One such tale comes from Russia, where a bull mastiff named Maru showed the world what true love and determination look like. After being adopted by a new family hundreds of miles away from her birthplace, Maru found herself in an unfamiliar environment. Though her new home offered comfort, her heart still longed for the people she once knew. Unable to let go, she escaped the yard one day and set off on a journey that seemed impossible. Maru traveled more than 240 miles, navigating dense forests, crossing rivers, and avoiding danger on busy highways. Despite injuries and fatigue, she pressed on with unwavering determination. Every step was guided not by survival instinct alone, but by the deep bond she still felt with her original family. When Maru finally reached her old home, she was limping and utterly exhausted. As soon as her former owner opened the door, the faithful dog collapsed into their arms, overwhelmed but relieved to be back where she belonged. Her incredible trek stunned the world, reminding us that loyalty is more than a trait in dogs. It is an unbreakable promise of love. From subway rescues to tearful reunions, from heroic cats to determined dogs, these stories remind us that animals are not just pets. They are protectors. They are companions. They are family. Each story carried a lesson about kindness, about resilience, about love that never gives up. So, which of these touched you the most? Tell us in the comments below. We'd love to hear your favorite. And if these stories warmed your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing animal moments from around the world. Because one thing is clear, the bond between humans and animals is unforgettable.